Hey friends, we're here again at the Armed Forces Museum in Greenville. I'm Curtis and that's Joe.
I'm back here behind the camera.
We got the boss over there.
Oh, yes.
The delegator.
Oh, boss.
Well, I'll start off by saying this. If you feel the inkling to, I'd like to ask you to please hit the subscribe button, like button for this video, hit the notification bell so you know when we put new content up. It helps us out, helps get the word out there for us. Now this is a continuation of a previous video where we tried to get this Jeep started. This is our M718A1, which is basically a variant of the M718A1. And we had gotten the fuel tank cleaned out, we had gotten a leak fixed on it, and we had put a fresh set of batteries in this thing. Tried to get it started, and it would not start, would not run. We had good spark, we checked that, and from what we can tell, when we got fuel getting up to the carburetor without a problem, from what we can tell, the jet's probably plugged up, so we have to start pulling this carburetor off. And this is, even though it's an ambulance Jeep, it'll be the same exact setup if it's an M718A2, so no problem there.
Any of the M151s.
Okay. So we'll just start pulling.
The only exception to this one would be is it does have the deep water fording kit on it, so there's a couple extra lines on it that the ones without the deep water fording kit don't have.
I don't have too much to take off. Got choke, throttle, and 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Won't be too bad, I don't think. But we'll get started here.
This line right here is part of that deep water fording kit. You can see the cable here that comes back in there that shuts all that off.
Good? Huh?
Waiting on you.
We're off to a good start.
We'll make sure to put that on the blooper roll.
Yeah.
Kind of like you smacking wrenches with a hammer.
Yeah. That's easy to take off. That's all I need the screwdriver for, I think. Set that right there. Start taking some of these lines off.
And Curtis went out inside and got some wrenches. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I told him I didn't think he needed them. He just needed a good pair of vice grips like everybody else has been using.
I don't know. I think you were the last one to have this carburetor off, weren't you?
Yes. But that carburetor's been off more times than just my time.
Right, yeah. There've been quite a few people working on this engine. It's kind of like the village bicycle. Arms in the way, right in the way there. You can't see what I'm doing. I don't really need to mark anything because everything's pretty specific as to where it goes. So we don't need to use any specifically colored zip ties or telephone cable or anything like that.
Telephone cable?
Yeah.
You gonna call phone a friend or?
No, it's all different colors if you need to mark hoses and stuff.
Oh.
Some guys don't like to use it though. No, I had trouble with this fitting last time, I think. There it goes. We kind of want these videos to be informational to everybody, you know, those of you who might own M151s and know quite a bit about them, but then we also want them to be helpful for those of you who don't know anything about them. So we might say some info that some people know already, and we're just putting it in there for the general person who's curious about them. Like, for example, these Jeeps were built by Ford. I think they all were, weren't they? The whole M151 line? Yeah. Probably gonna get some gas leaking out of here.
Well, the motors were.
Oh, the engines were, but not
Yeah.
the bodies.
They were AM General.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like it is all of our lines. We had already had the intake off, so that's already taken off. I just need to take the nuts off now. Probably start with the bottom one. Let's get the bracket on that one for the throttle return spring.
All right, he's gonna finish taking those two nuts off. And we'll take that carburetor off. And if I can keep him from ramming his head into the camera. As soon as we get that off and get it on the bench, we'll come back and show you what we're doing.
Okay, we're back. Got our carburetor off, the M151. Basically what we're gonna do, flip it over.
Oh, an M151.
M718A1.
There you go.
What we want to do, we're going to take the bowl off the bottom. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws that hold it on. We're going to carefully peel the gasket off hopefully without tearing it. We're going to try and shoot some brake cleaner, some carb cleaner up through the jet and see if we get any gunk coming out of there. So.
Not brake cleaner, carb cleaner.
What?
Just carb cleaner. No brake cleaner.
What's the difference?
There's a difference. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell it in two separate cans.
Oh, that's a Ponzi scheme. They do it just so you can buy more. It's got a different name. I need that.
Feels like I need some of that music from like that game show. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets monotonous. Watching a guy just take screws out. We got 2 left here.
That's screwed up.
Why?
I don't. I'm just trying to fill tape.
Alright, last one.
Can he do it?
It's stuck.
You can do it.
Looking for a good spot to pry on where I don't mess up the gasket. And over here, maybe.
Just tap on it with a handle.
Yeah. There he goes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at this.
We got extra pieces. That's it.
What is that?
That's the jet that sucks the fuel out of the bowl up into the throat of the carburetor.
You know, I'm no rocket surgeon, but that might... I think that's supposed to be attached to something.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, that's probably our problem then. I'm guessing it goes up through this hole right here, huh? Right in the middle of the float.
Yep.
Well, the jet in there, though.
No, that goes to that. That's the main needle jet right there.
Oh. You know more about carbs than I do. I don't know
I know.
about them.
All right, I'm gonna put you guys down while I take a look at this. Be right back.
So here we are. We'll fill you in here on what we got going on. Got our bowl off and we've inspected everything. The bottom of the bowl here has your accelerator pump. And this,
Which we've already taken that all apart, cleaned it, put it back together to inspect it.
and it was pretty dirty. It was full of a bunch of gunk. Used some carb cleaner in there. One thing we found though was this jet. It sits in here like this and probably shoots the fuel up in here. Let's see, this sits in here like so. Goes up through the big bowl gasket there. Well, when we took all the bowl off, this was just kind of chilling in here like this, hanging out. And we noticed that it's probably supposed to have some rubber or some kind of O-ring, or probably a rubber piece molded on there that's supposed to seal it in the bowl. But without that on there, wiggles around quite a bit there, which of course there's a gap there, that means, and it can probably suck air. The whole carburetor can suck air, and it's probably not building pressure with the accelerator pump pushing the gas in there. So we're gonna do a little research, see if we can't find a carburetor kit for this, which they're out there, but they might be a little bit difficult to find. You know, you walk into Napa and they ask, well, what vehicle is this off of? Oh, well, it's off of a M718A1. They look at you like you got 3 heads, you know. So we're gonna have to do a little hunting. I got luckily the tag on this Zenith carburetor is still very legible, so take a picture of that and make some phone calls tomorrow, see if we can't find a carb kit and make sure this piece is in there. So that's where we're at right now though, but it's all cleaned up and ready to go except for that piece. So that's where we're at now. So when we get it put back on the Jeep, we'll fill you in, and so you guys can see installation steps then for it, and we'll get her fired up. So I think that's probably where we'll end the M718A1 saga right now. So we'll see you on the next one. All right, well, here we are again at the Armed Forces Museum, Greenville. Got our M718A1 and got the carburetor, got it cleaned out. There was a lot of goop in the bottom of the bowl. We got it cleaned out, took the accelerator pump off, cleaned everything up, made sure everything was working properly. Shot a lot of carb cleaner through the jets and things like that, and hopefully we can make some magic happen today. We're going to go ahead and put it on here, and you can sit down and watch me work here. If I can get it down in here. There we go. While I'm doing this, I'd like to remind all you fine folks that if you would do us a favor and hit the like and the subscribe button, it helps us out, helps us get our name out there. Helps more people who might be interested in this kind of stuff see our channel. Thread's a little messed up on that stud. And get a bracket on down here for our throttle linkage. Maybe. If I get it on there straight. And without messing up the spring. A sec here. Too much stuff in the way here. Oh no.
You dropped the spring.
Yeah, I dropped the spring down. I heard it hit the floor. Of course, it's right in the middle of everything.
All right, we'll be back in a minute.
Okay, thanks to the YouTube magic, the carburetor's on here, everything's hooked up. Throttle linkage, choke, fuel lines. I think we're ready to try to start it. Got batteries in it, so let's try. Oh, fuel pump works. Let me give us the choke here. Ready? Let it sit for a sec here.
So we're dripping fuel.
Dripping fuel from where?
That's what I'm looking at here.
We can turn it back on, you can see.
Yeah, turn it back on.
It's running right out the throat.
Yeah, I think so.
I hear it pouring back in the gas tank.
Yep.
Hold on.
It's awful wet out there too. Open your choke up. Try and crank it once. Leave the choke open.
Ready, clear?
Yep. It's getting fuel. Did you want to try to take that line back loose and cap it off?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a minute.
All right, so we attempted to start our ambulance Jeep again, and what we've got going on, we've got a couple of different problems. Some monkey keeps pumping the gas pedal. I'm the monkey. And we keep squirting quite a bit of gas in there. These 151 engines are pretty finicky, and there's a particular way you got to start them. But our main problem though is the head gasket's leaking right there at number 2 cylinder. When we were trying to start it, we got it to run on a little bit of ether, but we could see some bubbles coming out over there, right where the head gasket is. So we're gonna go and pull his head off of here tonight and get to a machine shop, and hopefully get her licked. But that's what's going on with it right now. So, but as always, we want you to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Helps us out, and we'll bring you up to speed then when we're putting the head back on it. So hopefully that'll take care of our issues when we get it to fire up. So anyway, see you on the next one.